This tea is giving a royal scandal, major lust at first sight, and maybe the coldest execution ever. Ooh, can you handle it?
Forget the sweet Sunday school stories. This is unfiltered, unvarnished biblical drama. It's giving treachery, forgery, idolatry, sorcery, but ultimately victory. Prepare to hear the Bible's most jaw-dropping tales, political thrillers, epic battles, high-stakes deception, seduction, and assassination. From the beauties to the baddies, this series spills all the tea. Raw courage, crimes of passion, and legends born overnight. Expect the unexpected when the word becomes the tea. This is Bible Tea, freshly brewed at the Bible Tea House on InspiroLogos World. Subscribe now for spellbinding, spine-tingling storytelling.
This tea is royally scandalous. I'm talking Oh No He Didn't, but Palace Edition. Welcome to Bible Tea, coming to you from the Bible Tea House on InspiroLogos World. I'm your host, Lady InspiroLogos. I'm in the Sinai Exalted Hall of the Bible Tea House today. The piping hot tea I'm about to spill involves a deadly love triangle featuring an obsessed king, a fiercely loyal soldier, and of course, a stunning beauty. Let's taste this tea. Let me spill the backstory first. The setting, ancient Jerusalem. It's that time of year when kings go off to war. Usually that means it's the season when the men are in the trenches and the leaders are leading. Enter our base ingredient in this tea. Psalm writer, harp player, sling shooter, giant slayer extraordinaire, King David, in English, David. Now, normally David is the goat of all warriors, but even the goats have their off seasons. Rather than being at the battlefront leading his men against their enemies, he decides to take a staycation. So he's lounging around the palace, taking midday naps, and basically leaving the commander of the army, Joab, to do the heavy lifting. One fine evening, the king gets up from his nap and decides to catch the breeze by pacing around on the palace roof. Now, the palace architecture is tea. It's basically built on the highest point of the mountain. So his rooftop is like a VIP observation deck where he can peek into everyone else's private business. So, King David is taking his sunset rooftop stroll, looking for a distraction, when he peeps his stunning neighbor, and his jaw literally hits the floor. Now let's stir in the signature spice in this romance tea. Drop dead gorgeous army wife Bathsheba, who is currently bathing on her rooftop. It's giving body confidence through the roof. Pun intended. Now for real, I need y'all to understand that back then, roofs weren't just for shingles. They were basically flat, open-air living spaces where people prayed, meditated, dried clothes, prepped food, slept under the stars, etc., etc. So, Bathsheba is totally relaxed in what she thinks is her private courtyard and enjoying a self-care moment. Now, even scripture tells us that she is very beautiful to look at. And David was looking. He didn't just glance and turn away. He lingered. His eyes were like, wow, wow, wow. I see, I want, I gotta have. He's basically window shopping from the penthouse, and the vibe is giving a forbidden fruit. The brain in his skull gets overridden by his other brain, and he immediately sends a physical DM to go get the who is she receipts. The tea is getting warmer. The king's messenger returns with the awkward truth. Your Majesty, she is Bathsheba, daughter of Eliam, wife of Uriah. Now here's the messy part, y'all. Uriah isn't just some random soldier. Oh, no. He is one of King David's mighty men, his elite ride or die inner circle. These bros were his personal bodyguards, the ones who fought in lions' pits for him. So Uriah is basically out there fighting for the king in this very moment. But in this very moment, David's bro code is 0. He literally sends messengers to Bathsheba with a royal invitation to his bedchamber that leaves no room for refusal. It's giving forbidden love pro max. So the king's stunning guest arrives. Imagine the palace hallways while all this is going down. Michal, David's first wife and the daughter of the former king, is watching this Real Housewives of the Palace drama with the ultimate side-eye. I can just see her spilling the tea to her ladies-in-waiting like, the audacity. My father would never. But her ladies-in-waiting probably just whispered, Your Majesty, what you gonna do? He's the king. Who are you gonna talk to? The prophet? Just buy some more emeralds for your crown and keep it moving. Now, David himself is easy on the eyes. He's a poet, so you know he's got lines. He can play the harp, and on top of all that, he is the king. So you know he pulled out all the royal riz to sweep his unsuspecting neighbor's wife off her feet. That night, he totally and completely gives into his lust. And after he's fully satisfied, he sends Bathsheba home, back to her husband's house, like it's some random Tuesday, no cap. He thinks he's totally in the clear, done and dusted. He'd probably have forgotten about their hot affair, except a few weeks later, he receives a 3-word DM from Bathsheba that stops his heart. All the delicious details coming up right after this quick tea break. I sip, you subscribe. Welcome back to Bible Tea, when the word becomes the tea. As I was saying, Rizmaster King David gets a 3-word DM from his neighbor's wife. I am pregnant. Panic mode activated. He tries to parent the situation by sending orders to invite her husband back from the war, pretending that he wants a battle report. But in reality, he's hoping that Uriah will go home, stay with his wife, and everyone will think the baby is his. Uriah is too honorable to play King David's games. He literally refuses to enter his house. He sleeps at the palace gates with the servants. Now the tea gets piping hot. I can just imagine King David's frustration at this point. I mean, he's riddled with guilt, fear, panic. He's desperately trying to keep his affair a secret. So he steps up to Uriah and says, Bro, you just got back from the war. Why didn't you go home to be with your wife? Uriah drops the line that should have made King David's heart sink. He says, How can I go home and eat and drink and lie with my wife when my commander Yoav and the ark are in tents? The king realizes his plan A is an epic fail, so he activates a plan B and tries to get his bro drunk. He literally tries to catfish bro into his own home. But even a drunk Uriah has more integrity than the sober David. He still refuses to go home. Okay, can we pause for a moment, because this level of discipline, this kind of loyalty, this kind of integrity, this kind of character before comfort energy, it's rarer than Wi-Fi in the wilderness, okay? The king is spiraling, and yet the real MVP of the battlefield, Uriah, is standing on business. He is this faithful to his duties, imagine how loyal he is as a husband. I mean, girl, Bathsheba hit the husband jackpot, just saying. But let's get back to the tea. The mighty Uriah will not go home, and the king hits the point of no return. Instead of confessing, he literally activates Plan C, cold-blooded violence. He whips out his parchment and quill, writes a literal death warrant, and gives it to Uriah to carry back to Commander Joab. Uriah is literally carrying his own execution orders. Ooh, it's cold, calculated. It's giving betrayal pro max. The king's letter orders the commander to put Uriah in the hottest part of the battle and then pull everyone else back so he's left alone. Bro, David literally hit delete on his ride-or-die friend just to cover his adulterous atrocity. Uriah gets killed in a tragic accident at the wall, making Bathsheba a widow. It's the coldest execution ever. But David does not waste a second. The instant the mourning period ends, he marries Bathsheba and thinks the cover-up is totally complete. Until the day Prophet Nathan shows up with divine receipts. It's giving, even if you make your bed in hell, God is there watching. Prophet Nathan rolls up and casually drops this story about a rich man who owns thousands of sheep, but steals a poor man's only pet lamb just to cook a meal for a guest. David gets so heated he yells, "That man deserves to die." Not even flinching, Prophet Nathan looks him right in the eye and says, "You are the man." Ultimate mic drop. The prophet's words pierce like a sword through the king's heart, and he literally falls to his knees and starts repenting for real. Now, God being God forgives him, but the consequences are heavy. Their baby does not make it, and the sword does not depart from David's house. His family drama becomes a 24/7 news cycle, murders, rebellions, rape. His own son tried to steal the throne. It's a total chaos. But in a wild twist of grace, their next baby boy, a baby named Shlomo, in English Solomon, is born and he survives. Talk about genetics. This bro, he inherits his father's riz, his mother's beauty, and multiplies it by 1,000. I mean, he took all that forbidden love energy and literally made it his personality, pulling 700 wives and 300 concubines, and no cap, but that's a tea for another day. In the end, King David repented and loved Bathsheba so much that she outranked all his other wives and became queen mother to the wisest man in history. Their romance went from a rooftop scandal to a cold-blooded crime, but ultimately into a legacy of redemption. This tea proves that even if you mess up on a royal scale, God being God can still write a sequel. And that, my Bible tea lovers, is the tea on the king who seduced his neighbor's wife, the second in our Scandalous romance series. If you missed the first, go check out The Fugitive Who Loved His Cousin Brides. If you're loving the Scandalous romance series, drop some love in the comments. You've been watching Bible Tea at the Bible Tea House on InspiroLogos World. I'm Lady InspiroLogos, off to brew some fresh, scandalous romance tea coming to you next Monday. So, sip, subscribe, share, and I'll see you at the Bible Tea House.